to talk about a blood cell called a basophil. So first of all, we're going to take a look at the overview of the immune system so we understand what the basophil is and what they are. So basically, there are three types of white blood cells, and they also differentiate, as you can see, into other branches, but they're granulocytes, monocytes, and lymphocytes. And basophils are one of the three granulocytes. They're the smallest in number, make up below 1% of granulocytes, but the largest in cell size, and they play a role in helping your body respond to allergic reactions by releasing an allergy-causing chemical called histamine into the bloodstream, and they also fight pathogens and parasites like ticks and worms. They also release enzymes, as mentioned before, histamine, but also heparin to improve blood flow and prevent blood clots. So what is the pathway and what triggers them? So they're initiated by what I mentioned before, but they are caused by infections, autoimmune diseases, cancers, and allergies, mainly actually allergies, a lot of allergies, pathogens, and parasites. And as we'll go later on, we'll see what's the difference between high basophils and low basophils. And they're generated by granulocyte monocyte progenitors in the bone marrow. So moving forward, we'll take a look at the storage, where they're stored, how long they live, and the activity of the cells. So the lifespan is quite short. It's only 1 to 2 days, but the maturation is 3 to 7 days. And they're stored in the soft tissue of our bones, in particular the bone marrow. You can see in the picture. And the activity of them is based on basically the infections or the autoimmune diseases or cancerous cells, but they're the least active by acute infections, hives, medications, cancer treatments, or because of an anaphylactic reaction. So it's called the basophilia if it's over 50 cubic millimeters, and basopenia if it's below 15 cubic millimeters. And you can measure this in primarily 2 ways, either in absolute basophil count or bone marrow biopsy, and that's what the ABC stands for, absolute basophil count or absolute blood count. In this particular case, it's absolute basophil count. So for the absolute basophil count, basically they identify how many basophils are present in the sample of your blood, and the calculation is basically formed by taking the absolute basophil count, multiplying it by the percentage of basophils from a complete blood count by the total number of white blood cells from the same count. I know it's a mouthful, but if you need it, you can go back and listen to it again. And that's how we know if the basophils count is too high or too low. Or another one, as you can see in the picture right here, a bone marrow biopsy, where basically they take a large needle and usually stick it in your hip bone to extract a small sample, and that's how they examine it to verify the quantity and the quality as well of the cells. And once it degrades after those 2 days, it's basically recycled by the spleen and liver, and is used for other cellular components, or they just are, or they're just getting rid of if they're too old or non-usable. That's all I got. Thank you.